Um, Zach, what's your temperature? I'll let you kick this one off too, because I have a feeling that I'm gonna just, come in guns blazing on the basketball talk. So I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one. What's your temperature on my most hated? And I say that in jest. I actually like this player quite a lot. I just don't think he's the guy people tell me he is. What's your temperature on these LA Chargers, man, and Justin Herbert? 2-4.
My temperature on Justin Herbert itself is fine. I think he's been playing great. In that Chiefs game, I think he was looking way better. Sailed an end zone pass to Keenan Allen, which
Does
was
it every
brutal.
game. He's been
But
doing
we've
that
seen a
every
lot
game.
from that.
Yeah.
His
Okay.
accuracy has been questionable.
In big spots too. That's the problem.
He does just love to end games on turnovers.
It's so bad. It's
Like
so yeah.
that is huge.
It's inexcusable, man. And it's like I love what I see. I love those highlight plays. He's got him and Josh Allen and Mahomes are the three greatest armed quarterbacks maybe we've ever seen. They're the big three of howitzers in the NFL, and I love watching Justin Herbert play. But I look at the box score and I look at the final score and I'm like, is this your king?
It's just his team's not doing him any favors. It's almost reminiscent of the entire 10-year career there of Philip Rivers, where
Yeah.
they're gonna at the rate they're going, they're throwing away Justin Herbert's career, and they're not doing him any favors on play calling. The run scheme has been interesting from Kellen Moore.
Yeah, so Kellen Moore, yeah, everybody thought he was a savior.
I don't think he's the creative guy that people that he showed for that 1 or 2 years in Dallas, and I think Dallas saw that too, which is why it was kind of like, okay, get out of here, sure. Keenan Allen, great. Their first
So
round
good.
pick, Quentin Johnson, just not involved and not getting separation, so
Yeah.
maybe shouldn't be involved. Josh Palmer's looking fine.
He looks great. Yeah, he has a
Austin
great game.
Eckler, I don't know why they're not throwing him the ball. That's
Yeah.
his best attribute, and they're using
Is
him
he
as a.
is he fully back, do you think?
I think he's healthy. High ankle sprains usually take a ramp up period of 1 to 3 weeks to come
Okay.
back to full strength.
Okay.
So we'll probably see that next week against Chicago. I'm sure he'll look
Yeah.
fully healthy.
Yeah.
A lot of people look fully healthy against Chicago's run defense. But they're not doing him any favors.
Yeah.
His play calling is interesting, and he's not going through his progressions like we saw he did last year.
Yeah.
There are a couple plays where his first read is covered. He won't check down to Eckler, which is a huge, huge flaw in this offense. I think we're not seeing.
No.
He's one of the best receiving backs in the NFL, and they're
Right.
not utilizing him at all. They're playing him like Marshawn Lynch, and he's not Marshawn Lynch.
Oh, yeah,
So
they're banging
don't-
him in there. Yeah,
Don't run the ball like that.
not good.
His team's not doing him any favors. He's not doing himself any favors, missing some wide open passes. I worry as long as the infrastructure of the Chargers is the way it is, we won't get to see peak Justin Herbert. I think the next 3 weeks, you're going to see peak Justin Herbert, though, because some cakewalk matchups coming up.
Yeah, I don't know about that. 3
Well,
weeks.
they got the Jets defense, right?
Yeah, that's good
Coming up.
defense.
That's a tough one.
I think the
but then what,
Lions defense is-
Chicago,
Lions defense is pretty good too.
they just got
They did.
shredded.
They did just,
Just
get shredded.
absolutely
But
deceased.
I don't know. But the sample size says that they're a good
No,
defense.
their run defense is probably top 5 in the NFL, but their
Yeah.
pass defense has been subpar all year.
you think-
and
so you think-
that's the Justin Herbert.
Do you
move.
think Jay Herbo is going to dominate the Lions and the Bears? Obviously, he's going to dominate the Bears. That's a get right
Dominate
game
the
if I ever.
Lions? No.
Yeah, it'll. I think you go 2-3 in those games, or 2-1 in those games, which, I mean, Zach, we can agree that they should win them all, right? We can agree that they should win all those games, right?
I still like Detroit a lot. The real it's just tough in LA right now for the Chargers. Their pass defense is getting just absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes had 300 yards in the first half. This
Yeah.
team is just not set up to win.
So they're 2-4, and I'm gonna give my scare meter. I didn't get a number from you. Do you want to give me a number?
I'm probably less concerned than the Bills just because of expectations.
So you're like a
After
6.
after starting like 1-3, I felt like they
7.
weren't. You already lost the like. Oh, this is a Super Bowl contending team in the first 4 weeks.
The shine is already off for you, so you're not really. You're thinking Buffalo. They got to fight to save the shine. You're thinking
Buffalo, it's Super
Chargers.
Bowl or bust.
Yeah, you're
Chargers is
thinking
just like,
Chargers
what is the
shine,
future?
can't come back. Yeah, okay. I,
I'm gonna say 5 for me.
Okay.
I'm like right in the middle of the pack. I would expect Staley not to last after this year if they don't have a winning record, and
So
I
admittedly,
would
though, a
be
sliding
good with
scale.
that.
Admittedly, a sliding scale. You slid the scale. Like if we were using the same expectations as the Bills and Niners,
If you're
it'd
talking
be,
like Super Bowl contender, yeah, it's not happening.
so
it's
it'd
all
be a
the way
10.
up.
It'd be a 10 theoretically. I was thinking my scale's the same. I haven't changed it for Bills, Niners, or Chargers, and I'm sitting at a 6, a 5, and I'm gonna give the Chargers a 9 on that same scale because I just the run that they'll have to go on if they don't win the next 3 and set themselves up at 5-4 with a stretch run where they still have some really tough matchups on the other end, but they can though. That's the thing. And
Yeah, they're
and
still a good team.
I always say it. If you're a top 5 QB, then show us. Like, go be a top 5 QB. Like, top 5 QBs win games when they're supposed to win games. They get and they might not. Top 1 QBs get their team to the Super Bowl and win it. We've seen it with one guy consistently. But top 5 QBs, you got to at least make it to the dance. You got to at least win a playoff game, right? And the Chargers. I know Brandon Staley sucks. I'm the first person to say that, and I can't wait to see Justin Herbert without him. Dude, I can't wait. And I don't mean to be rude. Like it is a man. It is his job. It is his life. But he's not the guy for that job. He might go be a fine OC somewhere in a couple of years. Maybe he'll move to Thailand and hang out
I
with
would like to
Cliff.
point out he is a defensive coach.
Oh,
not an
that's what
offensive
yeah.
coach.
Well, but the whole analytics thing. I mean, I've always thought of him as like
Yeah. But I was just saying, like, he'd be
no,
in DC
100%.
somewhere.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So let's see what happens, Zach. But I'm less and less confident every day that the Chargers are going to have make any sort of noise this year.
Yeah, my concern is the Chargers team as a whole is higher than my concern for Justin Herbert. I don't think he's even remotely bad. I still
he'll
think
be
he's
fine.
playing as a great quarterback. So
You're starting a franchise tomorrow. You're taking Herbert in the top 7 picks for sure. So
easily.
we should totally do that. That would be a really fun segment. We should do like a fantasy draft.
Let's move on. We're probably about halfway through the episode already.
Yes, sir. We crushed the scare meter. I'm terrified right now. Coming into the NBA chat.